Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to talk about Star Wars. It's nothing but
Ding,
Star
ding, ding,
Wars.
ding, 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 ding. Copyright, copyright.
Right. And we're talking about Star Wars Vision Season 2. This is our series review. We have gone through every single episode, all 9 episodes. If you want to go and check them out individually in our spoiler discussion on each one, go and check those out. But we're about to kind of break open the chain because, believe it or not, this is not the first because this is the second season. And I love the first season. I really, truly did. Like, there's so much authentic animation, ideals, and pathways, not just for the light side, but also for the dark side as well. And this season is no different. Explicitly, they definitely start off with the dark side in ways that I did not anticipate, which we're not going to
Ooh,
share here. You're going to have to just watch it on your own. But some of these stories, man, they're pivotal. They're
yeah.
cornerstone to not just the Star Wars legacy of light and dark, but certain people's ideals, what's right, what's wrong,
Yeah.
the small little facets that make up a Jedi and a Sith. And we'll unpack some of that here tonight. What's going on, Ronan?
Um, the best compliment I can give this season is that I can't wait to rewatch it. I can't wait to rewatch it. I hope they release the Art of Vision season 2. It was such a beautiful, beautiful season, and I think what's gonna be cool is that everybody's gonna have their favorites. Everyone's gonna be able to pick. Oh, I like the one with the Twilights. Oh, I like the one with the girl who sings and whatnot. Oh, it was such a unique season, and I think I think it's gonna garner more is the rewatchability. I think people are gonna be rewatching this a lot more. I hope people don't
Yeah.
sleep on it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because some people don't have Disney Plus, and so they kind of just like, I'll watch it, I might not. But this is one of those ones that it's worth your time. Like if you don't have Disney
Yes,
Plus, go and get it just for this.
yes,
I promise you, some of the and each episode, like the shortest episode is like 11 minutes, the longest episode is like 16 minutes. It's not that long, and it's only 9 episodes total.
yeah.
Um, but every single one if you're a Star Wars fan, or if you're a fan of animation, or if you're like love the counterbalance of doing right versus being seduced to do wrong, and even the ramifications of making those choices, like they play that out in threads through every single individual episode. Sometimes it might be an older person, sometimes it might be the youngest innocent, most regular person that you could think of, and they are put through the grinder in certain
Oh yeah.
ways that dude, this was just amazing to me. I can't even lie. I really wish Ant was here so we could kind of go over some of this with him. Unfortunately, we kind of had conflictions; we couldn't join in. But dude, there's so many different episodes that I mean, I'll use this one as an example. Like this one right here is what it kind of looks like. Oh, okay, what is this? Is this a little boy? Is it a girl? Like, do they have the force? Believe it or not, this little girl does not, and she, embraces the idea of what she can be, what she can do,
Yeah.
whether she's with her sister, whether she's alone, she's fearless, right? But the world around her is so dark and desolate, and it's just crazy what they do with just this storyline. There's so many different animation styles, so many different ideals that there's no way we can touch it all in one series review, but we can talk about some of the things we love. Do you want to break up some?
Well, it's cheating, but I think that what I'll give this is that season 1 and season 2 both start off with banger. Both start off strong. The first season was the Ronin episode, and very black and white, Kurosawa style. And this one started off with Sith,
Yep.
by El Guiri Studios. And talk about a background telling a story, and or not even telling a story, just telling feelings and seeing how your past haunts you, how much it calls to you, and whether you let it consume you or not,
Right.
and moving beyond that. And oh, by the way, we get one of the coolest lightsaber fights I've ever seen, and we get some of the coolest lightsaber designs I've ever seen. And I
Fact.
just, oh, look at that shot! Look at that.
That's a
That's a
poster.
wallpaper, dude. That's
That's
a
a straight up
print.
poster. Yeah, for fact.
I could buy it. I would buy that right now. You'd be like, ooh, I like
Hey,
that.
so Comic-Con, we're gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? Like, look
Hell
out.
yeah, hell yeah. It gave me Mad Max vibes in Star Wars, and I'm like, more, give me more of that. Yeah, I appreciate it so much of how, again, short, these are short episodes, and yet our minds were like popping inside, just like, oh, we want more, we want more.
Right.
I doubt we're gonna get more in the animation. Hopefully we do, but I, much like the Ronin, I said that for the Sith. I want a book, or I want a comic book miniseries, manga style like that. Just do more of that, please. I want to know more of those characters.
Yeah.
When revisiting this season, I'm gonna put down the list of the characters' names and just like bother Lucasfilms like marketing or PR, be like, give me more, please.
Yeah, if y'all want to see something funny, I'm gonna do something that's gonna mess Ronan up. So
Oh
just pay
boy.
close attention to Ronan's eyes. He can't spoil anything, he can't say anything, but I'm just gonna show him one picture. Check this out. Watch his eyes. He's like, how dare you?
I am. And what's weird is that you kept calling it, and it's like they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna go that route, and they do it, and we're both like, yo,
Yeah,
holy,
yeah.
oh,
And
madness,
it's
madness.
so many different ones. I don't even know which one's my favorite. I think the first season I had ones that I could say, yeah, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. But this,
Oh,
every
the sisters.
single episode had pivotal things that I truly love, uh, that I love about Star Wars, and I always wanted to see in Star Wars. There's also so much representation on an international level. Heck, there was a Japanese Korean episode
Yeah.
that was freaking fascinating, and I was just like, "What are we doing right now?"
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You sense how much how the stories of siblings, brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters, or sisters and brothers. You get the parent stuff about how a parent has to let go a child to go out into the world. You get one about a parent losing the child and then potentially finding them again. And I was just like, that is effed up, but metal as hell. I'm like, I want like I was it's and I love that it wasn't because you what really helped is the dynamic between the studios. I
yep.
really I appreciate those so much that like it wasn't just Japanese or manga or anime style animation we were just getting. We're getting claymation. We were getting what it felt like painting wise. We get some of the stuff that we've liked of out of the Castlevania or the DC animated films. We've gotten I and then the music. I can't wait to go back and listen to the music. And oh my gosh.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Um, yeah, I cannot wait. I think I said it in one of the reactions. I'm like, I cannot wait to see cosplays of this. I cannot wait to see cosplays of that. And just thank I'm pumped for Ahsoka. I'm pumped for Ahsoka. I got the blue guy. I love Mando. But I love that I can take a break from those stories and just go to these offshoots, one offs, and then see if I connect with him. And I do. And then I'm like, oh, I want to know more of that. And who knows? I said, who knows if we're able to get more stories of these characters, these stories. But that's why we have social media. And I can just bug the creators, be like, so what happens
What
after
about this?
this?
Like, what happens after this moment, sir?
It's like NDA, can't talk about it. Like, what do you mean you can't talk about it?
Right. Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, this was special, dude. I for us to have watched it instead of watching it back to back to back to back to back and binged it, like we've spread it out like by maybe 2 weeks, actually, like a week and a half
Yeah.
at least. And I still haven't forgotten the episode. You know what I mean? Like it's like what can really tell you whether or not something is quality is if you never forget it. And like last season, there were some episodes I kind of forgot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I think back to them, but I don't. I could go back to every single one of these episodes, and they were a banger, in one way, shape, or form. Um, I don't know what my favorite is. I again, I don't know what will be my favorite. I don't know if you have one.
Um,
Um,
t- what's weird is that I don't have just one. That's the thing about it. Like for me, um, Sith, Journey to the Dark Head, the Spy Dancer, the Pit, um, even Screecher's Reach. It
this was Ronan's favorite
so
right
cute,
here.
so cute. It was so sweet. It was heartbreaking when she tells to her mom, like, again, I can't imagine what kids are gonna go through with these episodes. Imagine how
Right.
were both shocked. Um, and yet, yeah, those the ones I just listed out, I think those might be my favorite. And what I'm gonna be looking forward to when I rewatch it again is seeing what should really connect to. Like for instance, the Ari, the last one we saw, I know that one somehow connects thematically with the Screechers Screech or whatever that one with the little girl that like chooses to go with the Angela Houston boy. Yeah, no. Um, but look at this. Look at that, man. I just so so I'm so glad it exists
Yeah.
because now even people I would hope that people watching who do Mando, who are doing the movies, who are doing comic books, novels, hopefully they're watching this and taking notes and be like, look how far this galaxy can go with these narratives and with these scenarios, and look how you
Yeah.
could take design as well.
Yeah. I think that the way that I'm looking at this, honestly, Ronan, is my hope is that people look at this and say, huh, maybe not. Maybe I don't need to give up on Star Wars. Because there's been
Exactly.
plenty of people that, based on the last movie, have just quit. They didn't look at Andor, they didn't look at Obi-Wan, they're not even excited about Ahsoka. They didn't look at Tales of the Jedi, and they definitely sure is not gonna look at the Young Jedi show. So I think that this is one of those ones that they can look back and say, you know what, this was dope. Like
Yeah.
maybe Star Wars does have a place. Maybe they're not just trying to rinse and recycle and repeat. Like maybe there's room, for this to really touch our hearts yet again. So that's my
I
hope, honestly.
I'll say this now. At this point, the 11 movies, yeah, 11 movies we've gotten, the Ewok movies we got back in the days, the animated shows, the Mando, Ahsoka, Rebels, Clone Wars, whatever may have you. For me, I still think we're still just an increment of what this galaxy can offer.
Yeah.
Like we're still like even from the movies, we've just lined up three eras. There's so much more in the past, so much more I can imagine in the future, and so much still a lot more in between these eras. And how boundless the Visions episodes and seasons are, like era-less. Like you don't know when it takes place, and yet that's sort of the novelty, that the beauty of it. That like it's not beholden to one time period or not. And yeah, I share the sentiment. I'm like, even if you're bored, text out, don't like the approach of the movies, the shows, and whatnot. Here's something that you won't see coming, and you don't know where the story will go. Again, we the game, going back to the what was it called, the Screechers Reach or something like that, I think it's called. Um, Screechers Reach, we thought it was going one way. We thought, oh, it's gonna be like Goonies and whatnot. They're gonna make their way out, and we see a little girl use the force, like, oh, and it's like, nope, that's the worst, probably the worst thing that could have happened to her. And I'm pumped to rewatch it, and even more pumped to see people's thoughts about it, to see people react to it, and see, okay, did we connect in the same way on an episode, or oh, you probably dug that one more.
Yeah. Um how do I say this without saying too much? I'll say this. If any of the episodes from this season of Visions and some episodes from last season, if they decided to make a series off of any of these, I would watch day one. That is how good the show is.
Mm-hmm.
Clear and point. Like if they were like, yeah, every single one of these episodes, because the first season, I couldn't say that some of those could be canon, but the way that they do the storytelling in this season, any of these could be canon. And all they'd have to do is say a word like, these are all canon. Watch out. Like, would you, because me, like some of these, I want to see more. Like, I really want to see more. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. So we'll see. We'll see. This is a 10 for me. I don't have any faults. I don't have any negatives. Like, I would rewatch it all over again. I want to own the joint. Like, give me a freaking 4K.
Blu-ray.
Give me a Blu-ray. Give me a freaking 4K. Give me a 4K, bro. Because all the 4Ks come with Blu-rays anyway. So
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't have any other. Like we ran it to the ground this one.
Thank you. I thought I could say to Lucasfilm in the studios, even specifically, if anybody watches this, the animators, anybody who took their time to do a shot of an episode, who mixed it, who planned it out, just thank you. Your work does not go unnoticed. It's not just it's a cool creature, it's a cool design, it's a cool, it's a lightsaber. Why not? No. We could see the sweat, blood, and tears that went into each of these episodes. We could feel it.
Yeah, and they also got some really strong voice acting talent in this. We didn't talk about that as much as the soundtrack is great. Like this, I was really surprised some of the talent in this one. And I think the thing I was going to say is that my closing remarks is that this kind of flowed like a dope soundtrack. Like every single episode kind of had like its own like flair, but it felt intricately connected.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking about our soundtracks. We just got them looking at Guardians. But anyway, we're gonna go. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button, and Ronan, where can everybody find your content, bro?
You can find me at Ronan Unchained on YouTube and on Twitter. This is not the end of Star Wars coverage on the channel. There's gonna be more Marvel, DC, potentially indie film coverage, and what can I say else? In a couple months, be on the lookout on the horizon for something big that's gonna go down. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're gonna go. Peace, people.
Falling off the top of